to another video and welcome to Sammy G's World of Cinema. Today on the channel, guys, I thought I would do something a little bit different here, but like kind of still sticking to the theme of physical media, but giving kind of like 10 recommendations from 10 boutique labels. Now, there is a couple boutique labels I am having showcased here on this video, only because like 101 Films, whilst I could have featured one of 101's films, I wanted to kind of just keep this, you know, like as 10 movie recommendations from 10 boutique labels, but there is a couple of shout outs there. Obviously 101 Films have done some great titles, and then there's Treasured Films, Severin as well. Oh yeah, I've got 88 films there. So there is a couple of like boutique labels that won't be appearing in this video, but obviously there is a few other, like there's many other great boutique labels out there, guys, and yeah, those are kind of some of the other like sort of big boutique labels that I kind of need to tap my toe in the water and, you know, like kind of explore more into like their like the titles and see what they have like to offer. So yeah, that's really good. But yeah, guys, what kind of has inspired me to do this video is on Ollie's live streams, there is a segment on the live streams where you talk about your sort of like physical media recommendations, like film recommendations on like physical media. And yeah, that's kind of what inspired me to do this video, to be honest. It's a video that's been on my mind for a little while now, kind of just to sort of like, for anyone that's actually even new to some of these boutique labels here, but also yeah, there's just a lot of great movies from each of these boutique labels, and I think for anyone that's new to these boutique labels or wanting to check out more titles from each of these boutique labels, these are 10 recommendations from each boutique label here as well. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. So the first one is going to be 88 Films, and we are going to go with the film Vigilante. Now, I discovered this film through watching Mike at Cinema Axeman and Andy at Forgotten World of Movies. So Vigilante, so this is absolutely fantastic. Vigilante, it's about a guy who is like I think he's like a factory worker like in New York, and basically like some of like kind of his like co-workers and, you know, like colleagues there kind of forming like a group together where basically they want to like team up to kind of stop this crime that keeps reoccurring in like their neighborhoods and that. So they want to kind of like form their own like group to stop like crime that's happening in like their neighborhoods. And the main businessman, what's his name, Eddie, when he returns, like played by Robert Forster, when he returns home, he finds that his wife and his son has been brutally murdered by like these thugs, and one of them, that kind of their leader of this thug gang, has been like arrested, and basically he is offered to like, you know, like take part into this, into like from one of his friends, like who's kind of organizing this sort of like stop crime group, you know, like this group to stop crime in their neighborhoods. And basically Eddie is wanting to kind of like still go ahead with like the trial, and, you know, like and the courtroom and stuff, and then, and, you know, like kind of to go further and further into this investigation behind the murder of his wife and child. And at the same time as this, there's other like vicious acts that keep happening from this like this neighborhood gang in this movie, and then this group to stop this crime happening are going to keep watch onto it. They are kind of just absolutely sick to the back teeth of all this crime that just keeps happening and happening time and time again. So It's an absolutely fantastic film, guys. I want to give another shout out as well. You've got Fred Williamson, who's starring in this as well, who was in From Dusk Till Dawn as well, and Robert Forster, who's also in Jackie Brown and a couple of other films. And yeah, this is absolutely great, guys. Great movie, and this is definitely a high recommendation from 88 Films. And there's the reversible artwork from 1982 there, and you get a poster as well. So that's the first one, guys, Vigilante, which is a great movie. I can't recommend that enough. It's really good. Then for Indicator, I went with the Brian De Palma's 1984 film, and kind of a noir film as well, I would even say, and that is Body Double. So Body Double, I came across this film through kind of watching Scott on Scott's live streams a couple of years ago. Pizza Playtendo guy, I remember all them guys were talking highly of this film on the live streams and stuff. And yeah, Body Double, I watched this a couple of years ago, and I thought this was absolutely great as well. I think I remember it was Scott or Andy that put this in real high regards as like one of their absolute favourite De Palma films, and I can totally see why. Body Double. So Body Double is about a guy who basically has just found out that basically his wife is had an affair, and then it kind of causes them to split up. Like, he isn't the guy, the main guy in it, Craig was son. He gets I think he kind of loses his job. He's basically a struggling actor. He's been turned down the role to play this vampire in a low budget horror movie. And yeah, basically his career's going on a little bit of a decline there, on a slippery slope. And then basically he meets his friend at the bar one day, and then his friend kindly gives him somewhere to stay in the meantime. And then his friend his friend is going to be going away, I think going away for like a holiday or something, and then a long awaiting holiday, and then he basically trusts his friend to kind of house sit and look after his house. And then he discovers this telescope that he was introduced by his friend, and then he looking through this telescope, he discovers that this house that's kind of centered, not too far nearby, through this bedroom window, he discovers that this lady is being pretty badly treated by this guy in it. And yeah, he's picking up on things, the guy is picking up on things that's oof, what's going on here, I don't know about this. So basically he's more fascinated by what's happening in this house. A very similar line to something like Rear Window or Dial for Murder, that kind of a similar trope to one of Alfred Hitchcock's films. And basically he kind of wants to keep an eye on what's happening on this lady, and is she doing okay? Is she keeping herself safe and secure in this house from this guy who is a bit unhinged. This is a great movie, guys. Again, Brian De Palma took massive inspiration from a couple of Alfred Hitchcock's films in here, and it is just an excellent film there. So yeah, definitely would highly recommend this on the Indicator label. And yeah, just such an underrated Brian De Palma movie as well. So yeah, the packaging to this one is a little bit plain Jane, but the Indicator titles have had fancy state-of-the-art limited editions as well, and I think this would definitely be well deserving of that, because it is a really good sort of crime film. The score as well, it's got a very sort of like blissful edge to it as well. So that is the film Body Double, which would get my high recommendation on the 88 Films label there. Then I have gone for Second Sight now. Now I know Tim is a massive fan of Second Sight, and they are a fantastic boutique label, really just smash it out of the park, to be honest, with like their wonderful, you know, like they're giving these titles wonderful like treatment they deserve, whether that's a first time Blu-ray or 4K release, or, you know, titles that have been out of print for a long time on their previous format and stuff. And this right away was an instant pre-order for me. Now, Second Sight, I would love to buy more of their titles, you know, I would absolutely would love to. It's just a lot of their like limited editions is a bit like hefty in price, so I'm a bit picky and choosy when it comes to Second Sight, but this absolutely would get my high recommendation on Second Sight, and this is the Blu-ray version, and it is a decent price as well. Like, I think you can still get this for about 35 quid or something, which is not too bad, with it's like bells and whistles as well. And that is the fantastic Boiling Point with Stephen Graham and from Philip Badattini, who I think just recently brought out Adolescence on Netflix, which is absolutely fantastic as well. You know, Stephen Graham has been starring in some amazing content of late, but Boiling Point is absolutely great. We follow this head chef called Andy, played by Stephen Graham, and basically he's kind of under a great deal of pressure in like he's sort of like his home life, and you know, like his kind of social life as well, and like his son is basically, I think he's kind of like in an audition, he's in a play, he's in a stage play, and he's trying to make the promise that he'll try to attend to that, but obviously life and work is just getting the better of him, and it's really getting to him and stuff. And then it takes place around the Christmas season on the busiest night at this restaurant in London, and some of the customers, by the way, guys, are absolute dickheads in this movie as well. Holy shit, like the way like they kind of talk to some of the staff as well. Like one scene where this girl who's kind of a bit of a newcomer into like this team as well, and the way like this guy who's just sat at a table, some of the stuff the way he like the stuff he comes out and says to her is absolutely despicable. But also, there is just a lot going on in this film as well, in terms of like its pacing, and there's just, you know, like it's kind of anxiety inducing, some of the stuff that happens where you see these characters like they're having to take on orders, they're having to go from like obviously table to table, and you know, like obviously kind of, you know, jotting down and like the orders, and then they kind of like, and then there's booked reservations, and then Andy, you know, has got like the inspection that's happening in the restaurant as well. There's like a food critic he's keeping an eye on as well, and there's someone he used to work with that's kind of giving him the cold shoulder. It is an amazing movie from start to end, and for it to take you know, like onto like in one shot take is absolutely just spellbinding. It is utterly magnificent, this film. And yeah, I just think again the way the film is, and also the actress in there, the other main actress, she's been in a couple of other things as well. I think she's from Bradford originally as well, if I'm not mistaken, so not too far from where I'm originally from, which is Halifax. But yeah, she's absolutely brilliant as well. I think the other chef. She's called Carly, and she is one of the other standouts in this movie. But all the other characters are absolutely fantastic in this film, in this main team, front and center. But my goodness, when one person, you know, like comes out and just like gives like one of the staff in this film like the cold shoulder, it's like, really, mate? Do you have to act this way? It's insane, but it's a really good movie, guys. And you know, I just absolutely love British cinema, and this hits the bill for me. But this is just really good packaging here, and great Blu-ray to this one. You know, you've got, I think this might have been my first second sight purchase as well, so absolutely great stuff. And then yeah, you've got a beefy booklet in there as well, and yeah, just so many images as well. So I don't think I've shown this on the channel yet as well, so it's good to kind of look through this. But yeah, you get a beefy booklet in there, and loads of information, and yeah. So yeah, that is a bit of the booklet there. And do you get something else in there as well? Oh yeah, you get some art cards as well, which I will show here as well, guys. So yeah, some art cards in there as well. I think the book of this is meant to be really good, but this would also turn into a really good like TV series as well. So yeah, that's my recommendation from Second Sight. Absolutely fantastic film, this one. That is Boiling Point. The mini series to this one is absolutely amazing as well. Brilliant. Then I went for Criterion, and this is so I was on a live stream on Pizza Play Tender guys like and it was a couple of years ago. I remember when Leon Talks film was on there, and he was giving this film such high praise. It was kind of a film I only heard about for the first time like that year as well, like 2023. And like the DVD was kind of just, you know, like it went for like love and money. It was quite insane, the amount of money that DVD was going for. But my goodness, I'm so pleased I waited. But yeah, I remember Leon speaking highly of this. And when I was on the live stream, I said to him, do you know what? I know there's been a Criterion release of this in the US, but wouldn't it be so good if this could get like a UK Criterion release? I said something along those lines, and then the next day, guys, after that live stream, it got a UK Criterion announcement. So possibly, I think everyone could have thanked me on that one. I don't know. Yeah, that's the film After Hours. And oh my goodness, guys, this is absolutely amazing. This is one of my favourite Martin Scorsese films. I absolutely just adore this film, guys. So After Hours, this is kind of being compared to Last Night in Soho from Edgar Wright. Now, I can see that because there are some similar tropes to this in Last Night in Soho. But yeah, I just absolutely adore this film where you follow Griffin Dunn's character. He kind of works in like this office space, and one day I think he's in like a cafe or bookshop, and then basically he meets this girl, and basically this girl, like, I think gives him like his number, and like they to stay in contact, and then basically he phones her up that night, or I think she phones him up or he phones her up. I think it was like either that way around, and then basically he agrees to meet, like, I think it is her or her friend in like this apartment. So basically he decides to do that and yeah, like him meet her at that place, and then basically from the get-go onto his sort of like trail to get to that apartment, holy shit, from then on, guys, it becomes an absolute shit show for this main character played by Griffin Dunn. He is gone from wanting to have an amazing like evening planned ahead to things just blowing out of proportion. And from when he's in that taxi cab, you know, to like kind of like that dollar he had in his hand that just, you know, just is out of the window. It's flown out of the window, and then basically the taxi driver is angry at him. He's furious. He starts to have dig a bit of a rabbit hole. He then finds that things are just going against him constantly. When he gets to that apartment as well, and when something happens, and then he'll go and sees John Hurt or Catherine O'Hara 5 years before Home Alone came out as well, this film did. And yeah, he'll meet them characters, and then yeah, like then he kind of wants to ask for a favour, that there's a promise made, but then things just keep escalating from then on. And then there's 1 minute there's like a search party, and things just keep going wrong for this character to the point where now he's on the verge of trying to get back home. And my goodness, you're rooting for him to get home as well, because this is a film similar to another film I'm going to talk about where like basically he's just wanting to get home in the best way shape possible, but something just keeps drawing him back. And yeah, this is an absolutely magnificent film, guys. I absolutely love and adore this movie. I've seen it twice now, and I think it's just one of these for me that's just going to keep getting better and better on each viewing. I can see that happening already, but saying that on first viewing, I just absolutely adored this. The artwork is great to this one as well, and yeah, the great spine to that one. But this is, and there's my Tyneside Cinema ticket as well, guys. And yeah, this is just a wonderful, wonderful film, guys. I just can't recommend enough. Yeah, so absolutely brilliant stuff. And it takes place all in like pretty much sort of like the space of 24 hours. It's one of them as well where you kind of, you're really that invested and you're that engaged, you just don't want it to end as well. It's one of them kind of movies as well. So that is After Hours and that is my Criterion recommendation. You can still get that on Criterion, still regularly available there as well. Okay now guys, and I have gone for a film I've spoken about a couple times before on the channel and live streams as well. And I went for Mubi, and I went for Baby You Can Drive My Car, da, 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 da. Yes, I'm gonna be a star, da, 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 da. Baby You Can Drive My Car, and baby I love you, da, da. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Drive My Car. So wow. Wow, this film is absolutely wonderful. This is a 10 out of 10 movie. Drive My Car, so this won Best International Feature Film at the Oscars 3 years ago. I think I went to see it at Tyneside Cinema. Think it was just the day before the Oscars, and this did win Best International Film at the Oscars. But oh my goodness, yeah, this is absolutely just a beautiful, sprawling film from the get-go. A film with its length time of 2 hours and 15 minutes that just flies by, on this case drives by. It is just a wonderful, beautiful, sprawling movie that's based on this short story. And Drive My Car is about a stage actor and director. He's kind of he's sort of got a lot of things that's, you know, he's kind of, you know, like, you know, he's really just struggling with, heartbroken with, you know, like the passing of his close one, and you really just you feel for the guy, you really do. And yeah, like, it's in the couple scenes where he breaks down, and it's quite, yeah, it's a bit of a moving watch, shall we say. It's quite emotional. And then you see he's kind of trying to get back on track and stuff, and it basically is him in a few of his other, like, co-associates is working on, like, all, like, kind of like choosing who in auditioning for, like, this stage play and stuff. I can't remember the stage play name. The name of the stage play based in this film, as in the film, what the stage play was for. I can't remember, was it Death of a Salesman? I can't remember now. I probably will put it on the screen there. But yeah, basically they're looking to take on, like, you know, like young actors and like that is going up for auditioning for, like, their roles in this stage play. And yeah, but at the same time as that, he's on this work trip. He like, there's this young lady that's hired to take care of his car, where basically he's got such fond memories, like him and his wife, that you know, in this car together, and he wants to make sure this car is in like the best you know, like, in its, like, kind of fresh coat of paint possible. You know, like, and it carries a lot of memories for him, and there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of treasured sort of memories he's got with this car. And you know, when he was, you know, when his wife was there as well. And it's a absolutely beautiful movie, guys. Like, some of the cinematography as well, and yeah, like the locations as well. Like, you know, when you see, like, kind of this house, but then you obviously you go around, like, kind of like Japan as well, and just the, you know, like the scenic landscapes in this movie. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like the scenes where the driving along this bridge as well. And yeah, like the sort of, like, when you focus on when this character that comes midway through the movie as well, and he's kind of hiding a secret as well, and you kind of tap a bit further into that as the movie goes along. And yeah, this is just a wonderful film, guys, from the get-go. My favourite kind of scenes in the movies when he's kind of talking to this guy who is auditioning for this stage play, and they kind of have a deep conversation about, you know, like, life in general and stuff. And that's probably some of my favourite scenes in the movie. But oh yeah, this is possibly my favourite film on the Mubi label as well, guys. I absolutely adore this. This is a beautiful, spellbinding movie. This is one of my favourite films of all time as well, guys. Just to add, yeah, you've got a booklet in there as well, guys, because I know Criterion do tend to do, like, art cards as well. But yeah, it's quite interesting. This comes with, like, a leaflet booklet as well. Yeah, so really good stuff. I had the opportunity of seeing this in 2021 as well, and I really wish I kind of did, because if I saw this in 2021, guys, this would have been the top of the bill for me, the top of the tree, my number one favourite movie of that year, absolutely, which it kind of is, to be honest. But yeah, it's absolutely magnificent. Yeah, I know Roy is keen to check this film out as well. Roy, yeah, get onto this film, buddy. You'll absolutely love this film for sure, man. Because me and Roy and a lot of the other guys were big fans of, like, world cinema, foreign language film, and this is one of the absolute best films in that category there. So that is Drive My Car, beautiful movie. Then I actually did talk about this film on Ollie's live stream. I did rewatch this film recently. I had a great, absolutely brilliant day, like one day a month ago when I went to Tyneside Cinema to see this, and then me and my friend Simon, we went to Hen and Hops in Newcastle, and then we went to see Supergrass. So what a fantastic day, guys, that was. One of the best days of the year, that was for me. But yeah, before I went to see Supergrass, I went to go and see Lehane. Now we're talking about BFI as well, another fantastic boutique label. They're having a great year so far as well, in terms of like their releases as well, like obviously as Mubi are and Arrow are having an absolutely wonderful year as well. I have picked some for Arrow, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Just thought I'd double check there. But I've gone for Lehane here, and this is the Blu-ray copy, which I am planning on upgrading this onto 4K at some point, because I just really, really like this film. So this is a film I must admit I was a bit underwhelmed by on first viewing, and I did like the movie on first viewing, but I went to see it again, and oh my goodness, guys, that second viewing was such a difference. It was just amazing, the difference that, you know, the impression that film made on second viewing. This was woof. This was an absolute difference on second viewing. Matthew Kassovitz, this is his second feature as a director. Yeah, I need to check out more of this guy's work as well. So this is a film that takes place like in this is a film that's kind of centered around 24 hours. You've got three friends here that kind of each come from different backgrounds. They're really into you know, they love kind of spending time with one another. They're really just close with one another. This is a film that's about that kind of these riots that happen on the streets of Paris, and then it's about the film that's kind of shows about through the real footage, what's happened on in Paris and stuff, and then it starts out kind of through real news footage, and then it'll focus on the aftermath on what's happened, and how these three main characters are coping, and knowing about also the disappearance of their friend as well. But they also find out that there's this missing item that is lurking around somewhere, and basically they want to try and get hold of it in order to kind of seek vengeance for the disappearance of their friend. And then basically they decide to go to Paris, go to the city to kind of seek justice. And then, yeah, they basically, they struggle to get back home, and then they kind of then hang out for a bit. They kind of want to again spend quality time whilst they're waiting on trying to find their way home, but also to kind of find out more about what's happened with their friend as well. And this is a film that's shot in black and white, and I'll tell you now, guys, this is going to be one of the best films that you will see shot in black and white, especially a film that came out in the 90s as well. This turns 30 years of age this year. This is really held in high regard, and I can see why now. The black and white cinematography, the way the film is filmed, is utterly brilliant. Vincent Cassel, this is one of his early roles here. He delivers in every scene in this, but they're not taken away from the two other main guys in here. They are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, this is just a really great team put together here, and yeah, I just love this one scene where they kind of they're looking for this car, and then they kind of will hang out at the cinema. They'll go to an art gallery. There's other great scenes and moments like that. And yeah, when you focus on the streets of Paris as well, I'm a sucker for those kind of movies, those kind of hangout movies as well. But there's a lot more to it than just that as well in this film. And yeah, it's absolutely a fantastic film that really just goes to show what a difference a second viewing can make a really great impression. So yeah, this is my Blu-ray copy, which I did get in the BFI sale a couple of years ago. It was $7.99, and I don't know if the 4K copy does come with the booklet or not. The booklet is something obviously it is nice to have, but obviously it's the film what counts nonetheless, and I will obviously be upgrading this one to 4K at some point. But yeah, you still do get a double disc screen there as well, so that is the absolutely excellent Lahane there. And would get my absolute high recommendation on the BFI label. Yeah, I think if you're looking to check out the Blu-ray, then yeah, it might be worth looking to get this in a sale down the line, or if you're really determined to see what this film is in the best, it's in its best quality possible, high definition, then yeah, the 4K might be the way to go, because that's the way I'm going with this film now. And I think, again, this film's just going to get even better on that 4K transfer. So yeah, that's Lahane there, which would get my recommendation from the BFI label. Eureka, Masters of Cinema, and my other choice is Rumblefish. So get ready to rumble, right? And guess what? If I had this with a chippy, it'd be Rumble Fish and Chips. There we are. Oh, boom. Right, okay, so enough of that, Sam. Get on and talk about the movie here, lol. So, Rumblefish, I watched this a couple of years ago. Was it a couple of years ago? Last year, I think it was, sorry, for the first time. And I know Francis Ford Coppola's got a really, interesting vast catalogue of films, some really interesting films as well, and this is kind of in similar line to the film he did called The Outsiders, which I'm yet to check out at some point. But yeah, I think that got a boutique release, didn't it? But this one, Rumblefish, which with an ensemble cast as well, guys. So you got Matt Dillon, Mickey Rourke, and Diana Lane, and Dennis Hopper, Nicolas Cage, Chris Penn, and Tom Waits, and the list goes on. It's absolutely brilliant, and the film is absolutely brilliant as well, guys. So Rumblefish is about two brothers, Matt Dillon, a young Matt Dillon who plays this leader of this street gang, this motorcycle gang, and basically kind of they kind of, you know, him and his gang are basically rivaling off with kind of other groups and other you know, and other people as well. They're kind of on the other side of the town and all that, really. And basically and then yeah, basically he gets in a fight one day with someone, and that causes some mayhem right there. And he tries to reach out to his father, but his father is he's you know, struggling with drinking problems, and basically Matt Dillon's character, Rusty James, I think his character's name is, and yeah, his father, they just don't quite get on. Also, his brother Matt Dillon and Rusty James's brother basically goes under the name of, I think it's does it say on here? That's it, his older brother, the motorcycle boy, yeah, played by Mickey Rourke. And yeah, he's been kind of he's kind of been sort of running away from the law. He's kind of he's just been keeping himself to himself, and then he comes back into kind of his family life again after a couple months, and he's trying to sort of stay away from trouble in the best way shape possible. And you know, whereas his brother Rusty James is kind of still doing what he's, you know, that's in his DNA to kind of still, you know, be at the forefront of this, be the leader of this motorcycle gang, and, you know, rival off with other gangs as well, and get into troublesome, you know, like stuff. He's also, Rusty James is also having a bit of a patchy relationship with his girlfriend as well. And, you know, like him and his girlfriend are having like kind of like a bit of a rocky relationship as well as this. So yeah, each of, like there's kind of like both these main brothers in the film have kind of like got like sort of like individual like things that are happening, like they're kind of two different personalities to one another, but they kind of look out for one another as well. And this film is excellent, guys. This is such an underrated film from Francis Ford Coppola, and yeah, kind of like one of his hidden gems in my opinion. I think this would make like a great double bill with like The Outsiders, although I haven't seen that film yet, so I am yet to take a look at that film at some point. But yeah, this is just, again, the soundtrack, the music is gorgeous. It is a beautiful soundtrack, this movie. The black and white cinematography, so similar to La Haine, it just really suits being a black and white film. If there would be a colorized version of this film, to be honest, guys, I wouldn't be interested in the slightest, because this is just, like La Haine, just works so well as a black and white movie. That could make a good video, by the way, of films that suit being in black and white. Could be a good video idea. That one had a bit of a light bulb moment there, but yeah, this is a really fantastic film, guys, and you know, a great cast, and you know, really well directed by Francis Ford Coppola, who is just a legend of filmmaking, like other legends out there, and you know, one of the absolute greats, and gave us such a hidden gem here in like the 80s, and you know, like with an absolute stacked cast. And yeah, like also I just remember one scene I absolutely loved where they go to this pet store and you see this luminous fish, and yeah, Matt Dillon, Mickey Rourke are just looking through this pet store, and like there's this police cop that's kind of like keeping watch on Mickey Rourke's character, kind of with the troublesome stuff that he got up to in the past. And yeah, there was quite one intense scene there as well, but a really good movie, guys. I love the scenes on the beach as well. So yeah, that is Rumblefish. That is my recommendation from Eureka Master Cinema. Like all of these boutique labels, is a fantastic boutique label, and yeah, you've got a great booklet as well, which I'll show briefly because I think I did show this in my Eureka collection as well. So yeah, I'll just show this briefly again now with a couple of images and stuff there, guys. And yeah, absolutely delighted to get this one because it is a really good film. Yeah, so that's a bit about the booklet there. So yeah, guys, I think you can get this one still on Eureka Master Cinema's website, I believe. I think you can still get this one. I think this one is still in print, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if you are new to Eureka Masters of Cinema, this would be a great starting point, especially for kind of a look on more of movies from Francis Ford Coppola, and with a stellar cast as well. So that is Rumblefish there. Then I went for Radiance films, and I went for such an underrated director. This is one of my favourite films on Radiance films. Now, I will say Radiance films have been a bit hit and miss for me, guys. I thought more about it over time, and you know what? There's a lot of their films that, in my opinion, are just one and done watches, to be honest. There are actually some of their titles that I did sell recently as well. I traded into CX because I just didn't think I'm ever going to watch this again, or this was a bit pants and I didn't really care for it. But not this film, however. This is a complete different contrast. This is absolutely fantastic, however, and this is The Bride's Wore Black from Francis Truffaut, amazing director anyway, guys, who directed another great film actually on the BFI label called, I think it's a film titled The Soft Skin, which that is brilliant, and also on the BFI label, the 400 Blows as well, which is his most well acclaimed film. Jean Moreau from Jules and Jim, which is a pretty good film actually. She stars as this bride. She stars as like the leading character as this bride, and who who sadly and suddenly lost her husband on the day of her wedding. Like her husband is killed, and she's basically wanting to seek revenge after the murder of her husband, and she goes through the list of the people that were last seen with her husband. Also a lot of the anyone who attended to their wedding, anyone that basically where her husband and any of his friends basically became adrift, all that sort of thing. And she goes through the list of people. She goes to visits one by one to find out the real truth behind her husband's death, and it's a bit of a cat and mouse chase from there, really. And this is an absolutely fantastic film, guys. This is absolutely brilliant. Poof, such an underrated film as well. And the main actress is absolutely excellent in this. She gives a stellar performance. There's one scene I remember where she's kind of interviewing one of her husband's co-associates, and one of her husband's work colleagues, and then she's kind of puts this record on the turntable that sort of haunting music is playing it, and it really spices up the sort of intensity there, and it's quite mesmerizing to kind of wonder upon. It is a really great movie, guys. And yeah, this is the original version on Radiance Films, but this has been reissued as well, so you can still get this one regularly available. And this is the film, yeah, The Bride Wore Black. And this, like a lot of the films on Radiance Films, this also has a real cunning sort of ending as well, where it kind of ends abruptly, and then the titles of the end will appear on the screen, which there's not many movies quite like that these days, where there'll be obviously there'll be a real cunning, striking ending, and then it'll appear the end on the screen. So yeah, this is a really good example of that. And yeah, absolutely wonderful film. You've got a reversible artwork on there as well, guys, and then yeah, that's reversible artwork. Again, I have shown this in my Radiance Films collection as well, and yeah, got a nice booklet there as well. And yeah, I think this is in colour as well, because it is black and white images, but this one is in colour. This also feels like an Alfred Hitchcock movie as well. So that is the film The Bride Wore Black, which, yeah, brilliant stuff, guys. Wonderful, wonderful film that I would highly recommend and implore you guys to check that one out. If you're into your French New Wave cinema and you want to check out more of this director's work, this is probably the high ticket of his films, in my opinion, on this label as well, because a couple of his other films are on Radiance Films, and this is kind of the high ticket, I would say, so, of those films. So that is The Bride Wore Black. Really good stuff there. Second to last one now, and I went for Arrow Video, and yeah, this again is regularly available. I would even say this is a bit of a Marmite film. This is a bit of a divisive film as well, an underrated gangster film. Yeah, a few of my friends weren't the biggest fan of this film, which is absolutely fair enough, guys. We're all entitled to our opinions at the end of the day. That is the beauty of film, of course. Of course it is. However, this is kind of one of these, I was thinking to myself when I went into this movie, I kind of wasn't holding much hope for it first. But oh my God, guys, I was so surprised of how much I loved this movie. And this is King of New York with Christopher Walken. Again, with another great cast with Lawrence Fishburne, Wesley Snipes and Steve Buscemi. my favourite Abel Ferrara film as well, because there's a couple of other films from Abel Ferrara, admittedly, I didn't really get on well with. There was that film that I thought it was absolute pants. It was the film Bad Lieutenant I didn't particularly enjoy. And there was, another one of his films that I thought was a not so good. But there is the film on 101 Films, actually, Fear City, that I am yet to check out, so I'll make reservation for that film at some point. However, this film is fantastic. Christopher Walken plays Frank White, a like crime drug lord. You know, like he's kind of like, you know, he's sort of like this ruthless gangster. And basically, he kind of starts kind of a new, fresh, kind of like on the streets of New York. You know, he's really in command, he's in power. He kind of takes on the mantle again after spending time in prison. And then he decides him and sort of like his co-associates, like he's, you know, like he's sort of like his working team, his working partners are kind of like setting up sort of like these big, bold ideas to kind of like improve like this community, and they're all like working as a team to kind of save a hospital, or, you know, like kind of like make a better living for not themselves but like other people in New York as well. However, Frank White is also under pressure with that kind of, again, trying to keep all of these sort of like these secrets and stuff hidden from the police force, and that's kind of like watching him like a hawk as well. And there is one intense scene I remember with like a car chase as well, like over like the bridge and that, and like over this bridge, and that's that. I think there's one scene where this car just blows up out of nowhere. There's something mental like that, drastic like that happens like during this film. But the ending, without spoiling it, leaves kind of like an open door. It kind of leaves it to your imagination to kind of what this outcome could have led on to without spoiling it. Christopher Walken is fantastic in this film. I love the hip-hop soundtrack. I'm gonna love it because I'm a big hip-hop fan. You know, De La Soul, they're the boys, you know, they are fantastic. I love De La Soul there. But King of New York, I think, is such an underrated gangster like film, this one. And it is one that doesn't really get talked about enough as like in the same way as obviously Goodfellas and Mean Streets and Casino and, you know, like The Godfather, for obvious reasons. I mean, those films, don't get me wrong, I obviously much prefer those films, but I still think this is a really solid movie, and it's just got a lot going for it. The masterclass acting, the kind of the nightlife setting of New York, the nitty gritty sort of, you know, elements to this movie that kind of really enhances on those dark themes that happen in this film. So really good movie, guys, and a film that kind of flips it on its head. It's a film of like two halves as well, so this would get my absolute high of recommendations on our video. I'm not saying this is the best film in terms of quality on this label, but this is just a really good recommendation on the Arrow Video label. And this is perfect timing as well now, because this is the Arrow Video summer sale is currently on, and I believe this is also included an offer. So yeah, guys, if you are thinking about getting this one, this is the perfect time to do so, with it being the Arrow Video summer sale. So yeah, this is the Blu-ray copy of this. I did have this one on 4K, but I was more than happy with this one on Blu-ray. I did send the 4K over to James Movie Bug as well. So this is the original artwork, guys, and yeah, there's that. So yeah, really good film, this one, and so underrated as well. And yeah, I think I remember there being like some sort of dream sequences that keep coming in and out of the movie as well. So that is the fantastic King of New York, which I would implore you to check out if you haven't done so, on the Arrow Video label, who Arrow Video are having an absolute swell year as well. And the last one for this video, guys, The 10th boutique label I have chosen for this video, and the 10th film that I would highly recommend is a film called Running on Empty. Whoa, running on empty. That song from Jackson Browne there. So there we go, Running on Empty. Now, this film I knew nothing about until Andy at Forgotten World of Movies spoken about this film. This is a brilliant film. Also, Jodie's Movie Realm spoken really highly of this movie recently as well. So yeah, this is a great film. So basically what happens is, so both the parents, played by, who was it again? Judd Hirsch and Christine Latty. So basically they've got a bit of a sort of a kind of like, they've got a bit of a dark past where they basically done something when they kind of were involved in sort of like this sort of like kind of, you know, this activity they kind of like, you know, like they were very much involved in. They then kind of like, ever since that moment, things have just kind of just spiraled out of control. And then, you know, like ever since like kind of like they've just been on the run, moving from estate to estate, and, you know, like kind of from home to home and stuff. And they've been constantly like on the lam. They've always been just on the road, to kind of like just to hide their identity and kind of run away from the past. And this also happens at the time when they start a family. This is you know, like with his son played by River Phoenix, and River Phoenix. And but yeah, as River Phoenix, like he is grown up, and, you know, like he's wanting to kind of like start his own like fresh. He wants to kind of start a new life where he's not constantly in this cycle, this reoccurrence where he kind of like has to sort of like bow down and just, you know, like accept that he's gonna have to keep being in this unsettling sort of harsh situation where you know, like he's got to keep going like constantly on the move, where he's from this state to this state, and from this home to this home, and he's always on the run. He's always, you know, like kind of like sort of just, you know, like, you know, doing like whatever his parents like have to do in order to keep themselves, you know, like keeping themselves like at a steady pace. And he's wanting to, like, you know, he meets a girl like at his like college. You know, he also wants to kind of like start a new career, and like in order to do so, he kind of like has to think about sort of like drifting away from his parents for a little while. And then, yeah, as you could probably imagine, there are a couple like, you know, like disagreements there along the way. And it's a really fantastic film, guys. This one had me hooked from start to finish. Yeah, I think this is just a great sort of like, it's kind of like a great sort of family-oriented drama. And there's just, you know, like River Phoenix as well, you know, like he's kind of sort of, he's really just attached to this sort of like dark past that's not really, it's more surrounding his parents more than him. And, you know, like it's kind of his parents that are running away from the law, whereas he's just kind of bowing down to it and accepting we're just gonna have to keep moving and just getting out of this place to this place, and A to B and Y to Z to keep you know, things at a smooth sailing pace. And he's then wanting to kind of maybe move forward with his life, and, you know, like sort of maybe, you know, like moving to his like kind of new space, start a new life, and, you know, like kind of put his mind at more ease, really. And you know, like have it, you know, like continue on with like kind of like his sort of like new like sort of relationship that's come to light as well. So yeah, there's a lot going for it, this movie, but it is a fantastic viewing, well directed by Sidney Lumet, who is such a great director. You know, gave us one of the greatest films ever with 12 Angry Men and other great movies as well that I do. Well, there's some other movies that are held in high regards that I am yet to kind of check out as well. So this is on the H&V Premium Collection, which I think you can still get in print, because some of these are quite hard to get now, but this one is still like in print as far as I can recall. So yeah, there's that one running on MC. And yeah, with the H&V Premium Collection, this is kind of what I miss about these guys. That you get like obviously exclusive artwork, you know, like inside, but also you get some art cards as well and the posters. So this is how you do it in terms of like the Blu-ray treatment. This is the way to go, I would say. And yeah, just images of the film there. Again, I think I did talk about this on my H&V Premium Collection there last year, and then yeah, like poster as well, which yeah, love the smell posters there. So yeah, that could make a bit of a that could be a good catchphrase for a t-shirt. I love the scent of like new posters. That could work. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, guys, I'm chatting shit at the minute, lol. But yeah, this is a really good film, and definitely one I would even consider to be quite underrated as well. So that would get my 10th recommendation on this video and on the H&V Premium like collection as well. So yeah, if you are thinking about picking up more films on the H&V Premium Collection of the titles that are still in print, this is, I think this one you can still get as far as I recall. And if not, I think it might get reissued down the line. And either way, I would highly implore you guys to check this one out if you yeah, if you wanted to check out as well more films from Sidney Lumet as a director that is running on MC. So yeah, guys, that was 10 films from each like a boutique label. So those are all of my choices here today on the channel for like 10 boutique labels, and picking out a title, a recommendation for each boutique label. So yeah, guys, I hope everyone has had a fantastic weekend, and do let me know, guys, have you seen any of these films? What's your thoughts on these films? Have you got any of these in your collection? What's your thoughts on any of these boutique labels? And do you have any favourite films or recommendations from each of these boutique labels in general? I'd love to know all of that good stuff in the comments down below. And yeah, guys, if you want to do actually a response video to this, like, you're more than welcome to, talking about like how many films you want for like a recommendation for like from like each like any boutique label of your choice, or like you want to talk about on a video. Yeah, you're more than welcome to do a response video to that as well. I'd love to hear like either like you could do like maybe a video response, or just let me know in the comments like some of your recommendations, some of your favourite films for like each like boutique label there. So thanks for watching, cheers for stopping by, bye bye.